If you're doing a new series, why not start with a board game that has a high ranking? Well, to be honest, I knew that Everdell is popular, though from the videos and crowdfunding campaigns I saw, I never really felt the vibe. So, when I saw Everdell was in the App Store, I just thought, let's try it and understand what's all the fuss about. So, let's talk about the number 35 on the BGG game ranking, Everdell. Of course, our main goal is to explore new games that aren't in our collection. So I haven't played or owned Everdell. But from what I've seen, Everdell the app is a 100% copy of the board game. The Everdell board game app is fast. A play session against the AI will cost you 15 to 25 minutes. Everdell is a worker placement game that has a sort of double layered engine building theme slapped onto it. It's an easy to learn game. Usually we say hard to master, but this is not the case in my opinion. There is a big element of luck involved in Everdell. There's a snowball effect in the game, but again, it's too random. I realize that what I've just said might hurt some people's feelings. The art style is pretty unique and not directly comparable to Root. For instance, it was actually one of the reasons why I wasn't attracted to the game at all. I almost forgot the goal of the game is to score the most victory points. All in all, on the scale of originality, it comes down to a 6 out of 10. The game of Everdell has 4 rounds. Each round you receive more workers than the previous round. You start off with 2 workers and end with 6 workers at your disposal. You use your workers to get resources, achievements or activate special abilities on cards you or the other players have built. Once a worker is placed, that spot is occupied until you withdraw all your workers and go over to the next season. Players don't wait for the other players to go over to the same season. So I can still be in spring while another player has already played a round in summer. You use resources to build buildings or play creatures. The buildings that you have built can either generate resources when other cards are played or when the spring or autumn season starts. Some buildings and creatures also generate victory points. Again, playing cards costs resources, but not always. If you play the farm, for instance, you play a critter that belongs on the farm for free. In this example, there are 2 critters that can belong to a farm, so it's up to you to choose. You do need to have the critter in your hand, or it has to be in the market. There's only one caveat, however. You can only fill 15 slots. A building counts as 1 and a critter 2, even if you've built the critter for free. I do like that you can play the full critter. This critter is placed in an opponent's area and worth -2 victory points. For final scoring, you can also claim achievements. The lower ones are standard every game, but the ones in the tree are random and require certain combinations of buildings or buildings and critters. The gameplay part of Everdell scores a 7 out of 10. I played Everdell on my phone. I found it very easy to play, and though I can see the benefits in having a bigger screen, it doesn't hurt your experience. The other players sometimes play cards where you can place your workers too. In that case, there will be a pop-up in the corner telling you that there are slots available to place your workers on their player board. The main screen is clean and the menu is clear and self-explanatory. The setup menu doesn't have many features, but why should it? The artwork is an exact copy of the board game. The game plays smoothly. I haven't once had a bug. And if I quit the game in a non-preferred way and I hop back for a new session, the game tells me I haven't finished my previous session yet and if I would like to continue or play a new game. A+ for that. It's a solid 9 out of 10 for the design. Now, onto the replayability. I found myself enjoying Everdell very much in the beginning. I actually found myself looking for second-hand copies of the game. I could not find any cheap ones, and that might have been a good thing. After a while, I found myself exploring the options of add-ons, but there aren't any for the app. Why was I looking for add-ons? Well, I wanted more variety in the cards. But none of the expansions changed the deck of cards. And again, there are no expansions for the app. Then I noticed I enjoyed some games more than others. And I wondered why. It hit me. I enjoyed the switches in the setup of resources and scoring mechanics. On the other hand, the start of the game can be such that you know it's going to be a rough game or a walk in the park. That feels too random for my liking. This has nothing to do with the app. It's a part of why I think people love Everdell, and I just enjoy engine building and snowballing. Multiplayer is available, though at the time of writing I haven't been able to play a session because a lot of the players seem to play with friends in locked games. What I do love is the pause and play mechanic. Frank said, "Why do you need this? If you are already with your friends, why bother playing on your phone whilst you can play the board game itself on the table?" Well, maybe you are traveling by train somewhere and want to pass the time. This is a quick and easy way. But let's say you are with your family and going on a holiday. Now, you don't need to take the box into your luggage, you have it on your phone. Or it can be played in the car, but not while driving, of course. There's also the challenge mode, which I found myself liking, but isn't the bread and butter of Everdell. We also have the Rockworth Trail. This is playing against the automatron that plays unfair, and I haven't managed to win the easy game. I found it funny for a while, but the randomness really hurt my gameplay experience in this department. Without doing Everdell too little or too much, I would rate replayability at a 7 out of 10. So the total tally is 29 out of 40 or a 7+. Nothing to be ashamed of. Well, if you want to try the app for yourself, it's between 7 and 10 euros and dollars, depending on your region. If you found this video helpful, please leave a like, comment, or even consider subscribing. That's it for now. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you
in the next video.